I'm Major Don Vick. My wife and I are the Corps officers, we call them in the Salvation Army, for Greensboro. And we administrate all the Salvation Army programs here. My wife and I also head up the ministry of the Salvation Army Worship Center here. We've been in Greensboro, the Salvation Army, for about 115 years. And the programs have grown over the years. We do what we think is needed in the community, all the way from feeding people to sheltering people to providing clothes and shoes to go to work. We relocate people that are homeless, and so that keeps us busy every day. We have a great program that we've had almost for 80 years in this community, our Boys and Girls Club program. Fortunately, last year we moved into a new facility, and we have a great staff that works with them each and every day. Our kids are on time, grade progressing. We like to get their grades up where they can be, the best they can be, and that program is really making life-changing differences in those children's lives.
I think of the Boys and Girls Club as a great organization I've been involved with for about 20 years here in Greensboro with the Salvation Army. You know, we help kids from age 6 all the way now through 18 with the new team center that we're opening and operating. But there's a scripture that says if you train up a child the way they should go, when they are old, they will not depart from it. And so working with them on schoolwork, on making good decisions, on healthy living, is going to help them be better citizens for the community. And I think that's very important.
I'm Grace Thompson, and I am the Reynolds Center Director at the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club of Greensboro. We've been in this facility for about 9 months now, and it's been awesome to have a space that's designed for the club members. At the Boys and Girls Club, we have a lot of different programs where we're trying to give our kids opportunities. We have 3 kind of priority outcomes that we're always pushing toward at the Boys and Girls Club. The first is academic success. We really want to give our club members the tools that they need to succeed academically. We also really push not only academics, but also healthy lifestyles with our kids. One of my favorite Boys and Girls Club programs is called Smart Moves. And Smart Moves is a program that basically gives them the tools that they need to make healthy lifestyle choices. And so we have the academic success, we have the healthy lifestyles, and then we also have character development. We really believe at the Boys and Girls Club that when we give our club members opportunities to be a leader, that they're going to take those opportunities and they're going to grow and they're going to become a leader. And we start that program with our 6-year-olds and we run it all the way through, even with our teens.
So Mr. J leads the Teen Center, and we're actually in the process of raising funds so that they have a standalone environment. And from my experience is what we do is I go on the day where there's career focus, so there's usually a topic such as career development or risk, and we have structured conversations with the teens to figure out, you know, what do you wear to a job interview, right? What type of risk do you have? We sit down with them and talk about a specific topic that they're faced with. The one we had most recently was regarding risk, and it was just amazing to see the risks that they face at such a young age that can have a very important impact on the options that they have later on in life.
Volunteering at the Boys and Girls Club is my passion, and I can tell you honestly that the children do more for me than I do for them. Building relationships is what it's about, and it's so important for them to have reliable, consistent adults in their life so that they know they have a bright future. There are sometimes 15 kids in a room and only 1 staff member, so volunteers are extremely important. It brings so much to your life to see how these children are changing right in front of your eyes. You can see from month to month how they develop and grow, and to see the smiles on their faces, and you really know you're doing the most good.
At the club, we are trying to give the Boys and Girls Club members different opportunities. One of those opportunities that we want to give them is in the STEM-related areas. So we have a program called Get City at the club. Get City stands for Green Engineering Technology in the City. And the whole point of Get City is to get the club members excited about science and the scientific process. The arts program at the Boys and Girls Club is multifaceted. We have art projects, drama at the club, we have dance at the club, and then we also have instrumental music at the club. They get to come over and they get to learn about piano and guitar and brass instruments. And it's cool to see them in the percussion classes because that's something that they can learn pretty quickly. It's really cool to see the growth. That's one of my favorite things about being at the Boys and Girls Club is to see them just grow and be able to take the tools and the opportunities that we're giving them and use them become successful.
My name's Bakela Wanda from Congo, and I go to the Boys and Girls Club, live in Greensboro. I have fun there. They help me with my homework. They help us with many things, and we have good friends here. It's very fun. I love this place. I love this place very much. When I'm not home, I feel like I am home. This is like family to me, so.
The Center of Hope program, most people would know in every community the Salvation Army exists is going to be a basic program. It is an emergency assistance program where people may need to come for food to hold them on until they get their next paycheck. It may be that they're coming for clothing that they need to go to work. They can come to us for utility assistance. When people start getting in trouble financially in their family, the first thing they start doing is not eating well. The second thing that goes is they're not paying their utilities. When they don't pay their utilities, the next thing that happens is they're not going to be able to pay their rent or their mortgage. And after that, they're going to be homeless. We have to prevent that as much as we possibly can, and that's really what the Center of Hope is all about.
The Salvation Army Greensboro Center of Hope basic mission is to prevent and end homelessness in Guilford County by providing intensive case management services to those individuals and families that are residing in our emergency shelter.
Salvation Army Greensboro also provides housing programs for individuals that are homeless or imminently at risk of becoming homeless. And a SPDAT, which is a specialized assessment tool, is done with that individual to see which program fits best for that individual. Once that score has been calculated, the individual is assigned to whether or not they are in a rapid rehousing program or a Housing First program.
My name is Joanne Brown, and 4 years ago, my grandchildren and I were participants at the Center of Hope program in Greensboro. The goal of the Center of Hope program is to put one in a position where they become independent again, and that's done on many levels. In our case, I was able to get into an excellent training program which supported me to find gainful employment, and once that happens, there is a rigorous campaign from the Salvation Army case management staff to find and assist you with housing. This is why the Salvation Army Center of Hope program is such an important part of our universe, if you will. They have helped an enormous number of people I know from the beginning of time, and then when it was my turn, I can't say enough about how much and how grateful I am for the resources, for the kind words, for everything that that program was equipped to do to help us get to the place where we are now.
Our thrift store program is key in every community we're in. If we can, at the end of the year, realize some profit in that program, we pour it into the programs that help people.
Hello, my name is Ashley, and I'm here at the Salvation Army Select Store in Greensboro, North Carolina. We're one of 3 family stores in the city. We accept donations at all locations. We are all part of the Salvation Army ministry, so our purpose is to serve God and His community.
On an ongoing basis, about 25 or 30% of the items that are donated to us in that program, we give to people by voucher. They can come to our counselors and get a voucher to get some clothing for their children to go to school, for them to go to work, maybe furniture for a family that's burned out. And so that's a key program that's been, again, around in this community for over 80 years. The Salvation Army has a long history of disaster relief, all the way back to a big event in 1906 in the San Francisco earthquake. The Salvation Army took its reserves of its national headquarters and took it to San Francisco and spent it there to help those people in that relief. And we've been at every major event since then in this country and around the world. We're in 126 countries around the world. So we do disaster relief work everywhere from our local neighborhood where somebody's house may burn down all the way to events that are across the news across the world. We like to tell people that we are oftentimes the first folks in there to help and the last ones to leave, because after it's not news anymore, people are still recovering. Even in our own state here in North Carolina, we still hear about families that are recovering over on the East Coast from our flooding last year. So Salvation Army still helps those people until they can be back on their feet and self-supportive. Yeah, we believe that the people who support the Salvation Army with their means and their donations understand that the Salvation Army does have a wide and varied program in this community. We are very appreciative of the support that the community gives, and we believe that we're just a conduit of the generosity of this Greensboro community to get people out of difficult situations. A lot of times people come to the Salvation Army on the worst day of their life, and we try to make it better from that day forward.